Hi there. So great 2-0 win for us away to Tottenham. Got Oni with me. Hi, bro. How are you?
Hey, I mean, how you doing? I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good, bro. Still buzzing, happy, so happy after that win on Sunday.
Oh yes, what a win! What a win! I mean, yeah, I knew I was going to beat them anyway. To be honest, I think from them three games, is it Newcastle, Tottenham, and Man United? I did say I thought I was going to get maybe 4 points, which we've beaten that anyway. Now, anyway, still. So, yeah, really good victory.
Yeah, it's been amazing. So you're looking at that first half now, the way we dominated them. We know it's a hostile atmosphere. It's a North London derby. To go there and just completely dominate the game from the start, it was amazing to watch.
It was brilliant, and particularly the night before with all that Mudrick palaver that went on. A lot of people online will say, "Oh, what Arsenal going to punish? Their heads are going to be down." No, I think in particular Arteta said, "Look, that's the past. Forget about it. Let's show them who we are, and we need the win." So I think that turned around for our benefit really, because the way we started, the first maybe 35 minutes, for the first half anyway, was I was like, "No, man, this is like watching the Invincibles, man." This was football, football, football. You could tell we were up for it in a big way.
Yes, the way we were just pressing them, we weren't giving them a chance to get out.
At all. At
Control the
all.
ball.
At all. At one stage, I was thinking, why don't they bring on Harry Kane?
So let's talk about that first goal there. Great play by Saka. He was dangerous throughout the game, gave their left back so much trouble, created that first goal. What a howler it was from their goalkeeper. We'll take it. He's known to make errors, and it's good he made the error in this game as well.
Yeah, but if you realize that before that, Partey was getting booed every time he touched the ball. And when he touched that ball that time, he got booed and then he passed it to Saka, which I found interesting. So he's got that mental ability that he's not going to be listening to it because that was such a good ball. I think it was by Partey that played it to Saka, And Saka himself, man, is like he's like matured like 10 years. It's like the development is like he's just grown 10 years in the space of a season. When he gets the ball, the way he can drop a shoulder, the way he just you understand shimmies is really, 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 really a brilliant player, man. But as you said, like throughout the team, I mean, I was really shocked. I was like, wow, this is a level, man. And you can tell we're up for it. We can up for it because we know the ball's in our court. So it's not, you understand?
Yeah, for sure. And then that second goal, Odegaard, what a strike from that far out. The way he buried it was amazing.
Yeah, he's a real captain, fantastic. I put my hands up and said, you know what? I wasn't a fan of him. I said, nah, this guy is too quiet, looks too weak. He's not really a typical captain. But I swallowed myself, my pride. I humbled myself. I apologized and said, no, this guy is a real captain. He's a brilliant, brilliant player. Really deserved the man, a player of the month. Fantastic. I mean, his vision, his ability to pick a pass, his hunger to track back. Yeah, yeah. Arteta's a great man manager.
Yeah, it's amazing. The whole team's so young. We know we've got the youngest team in the Premier League, and the maturity and the progress we're showing is so good to see. So second half was going to be more difficult. We knew they're going to come out. You know, they're chasing the game. They're going to try and put us under pressure. So it was more difficult compared to the first half. But it's important we defended well and we did that. And we got to thank Ramsdale as well. Outstanding performance from him. Made some really crucial saves.
Oh my God, Ramsdale is a different kettle of fish. Honestly, he really is a top. It's interesting to just see the way the players have developed over the last 6 months, over the last years. It's remarkable, and that's credit to Arteta. But yeah, Ramsdale, some crucial saves because early on that would have been 2-1, and our backs were against the wall. We were still one anyway. But yeah, he put himself out there, fantastic, and the kick he got in the back at the end of the game. To be honest, I think that was Tottenham's best kick of the game. Anyway, to be honest. You know what I mean? Also, they're saying, "Oh, what should be the punishment for the fan? Give that fan a lifelong season ticket at Tottenham. That's the biggest punishment you can get."
Well, they're really struggling. Like, so we're seeing their recent form's been so poor. And their manager keeps talking about they need players and they need to spend a lot of money, and they seem to be in a lot of disarray.
They are, which is good, but they're playing Man City this week, so hopefully they can get back there some kind of honor or pride or whatever, and at least get a point, or if not beat Man City. But yeah, I remember everyone was screaming and shouting for Basuma. Basuma's been a shadow of himself. You know what I mean? Harry Kane's going to be a player that he's going to, if it's not, I don't know if he's going to win any trophies at Tottenham. He's going to end up one of them players that's got, yeah, his best scorer or top scorer of all time, Premier League, whatever, but no trophy. He's going to live with regrets. Yeah, Tottenham are not good enough. I can't, if it stays like that, I can't see Conte staying because what more do they want? They spent big. They've gone on a 2-game, 3-game run, and it's like, yeah, they're the big boys, and they've crashed. So, you know, they're our rivals. So good. Let them win on Thursday, but let them flop in the season.
Yeah. Great to see them struggling, and it's great we've done a double over them. And first time we beat them at their stadium since 2014, 9 years. And it's the first time we beat them at a new stadium as well. So
Yeah,
brilliant for us.
it really is, and I think it's an important victory as well because it took us 8 points clear. And I said we need space between us and the second side. And as I said, look, Man City, Tottenham, we're playing United, so it's you know we've got to play City twice. So yeah, good victory.
Yeah, amazing. So just before we go to talk on about that Man United game and the title race overall, who would you give man of the match to?
Ramsdale kept us in the saves in the game with his couple of saves at important times. Yeah, Ramsdale. But big shout out to Martinelli. This guy ran and ran and ran. I was thinking, God, this guy's got energy, man. But yeah, all the way Ramsdale. Yeah,
Okay, so as you say, next up is Man United. Massive game.
big game.
Playing quite well since after the World Cup break. They've won their games. They've had a bit of an easier run, you would say, looking at their fixtures, but they've won them. They're gaining all competitions as well. They won in the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup.
Yep.
They've been looking really good, especially Rashford. He keeps scoring a lot of goals. So they're going to be confident. It's going to be a dangerous game for us, but we know we are the better team. We showed it when we went to Old Trafford. They were so lucky to beat us. First of all, that goal should never be ruled out. Martinelli's goal, just ridiculous how that got ruled out. And then they got lucky in the second half. We got back into the game, and they managed to catch us on the break a couple of times, but we dominated them at Old Trafford. I'm very confident we're going to smash them here, but got to respect they are in good form, but confident that we will be able to beat them. What's your thoughts on it?
It's going to be a tough game. It's not going to be an easy game. But I think if we done what we done at White Hart Shame, that's what I call it anyway, and press early and not give them no time. Yeah, I'm because I think the players know that we're the ball's in our court now, and we don't fear anyone. You understand? So I think I'm confident of getting a victory. To be honest, and I think for the fact that they beat us, and it was a dodgy decision, and we just came off of beating the North London rivals, and we're 8 points clear, or we should be 8 points clear by that game. Yeah, I'm confident. It's not going to be an easy game by a long shot, but I think we've played hard games, and apart from the Man United game, we've come out on top. So yeah, I'm excited. I can't see him changing the team. To be very honest, I can't see him changing it, and I think, yeah, and it's at the Emirates, so yeah, I'm confident, very very confident.
Okay, correct score prediction for that one.
Woi, 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay, so to talk a little bit now about the overall title race. So we know we've got 8 points clear now. We've seen Man City struggling. I was speaking to you just when we came back from the World Cup break, and I was saying to you that I thought Man City did look a bit shaky before the international break. We saw them struggling. Those last few games, they were lucky to get a couple of them victories against Leicester and Fulham, and then they lost to Brentford. And in general, this season, they've not looked as strong as we've seen in the past. Maybe they're adapting to a new style, having Haaland up there. He's banged in a lot of goals, so you can't really fault him. But it just seems they don't seem as strong defensively as well. They seem vulnerable. So we saw again just this past weekend they lost in the Manchester derby, having led 1-0. Do you still think they are the biggest dangers to us, or do you think, because many people are saying now Man United are emerging as maybe more of a threat? What do you think?
I mean, it could be potentially be a four-way fight, and that's why we have to beat them on Sunday and beat them very well. So we can't underestimate Man City. Haaland's a goal machine. I'm sure he's going to break all the records. Man City, just all they need is 2 or 3 victories on a trot and they're a thing. So we can't underestimate them, even though we're 8 points clear. So I can't see them falling off that bad that they get third or fourth place. Newcastle are there doing their thing quietly. I think they've got someone like Fulham and whoever, no, not Fulham. I think they've got like, I think two London teams coming up or whatever, like, or a lower team. So you can't really underestimate them. And of course, Man United. So that game, the next two games are going to be pivotal for both all of us. Man City have got Tottenham coming up after they lost to Man United. So they have to, in their eyes, they have to beat Tottenham, and Tottenham have to beat them. We have to beat Man United. Man United know if they beat us, God forbid, it's going to be another, shot in the post. So I'm sure I've answered your question, but to answer your question again, we can't underestimate Man City. Not in the millionaires. No way. No way. And Arteta keeps saying we take every day as it comes, but no, can't underestimate Man City. No way.
Yeah, we know how strong they are. Like they've won the league 4 of the last 5 seasons. They're able to go on these long runs of winning games. I remember them winning like 10 in a row many times in the past. So we know how dangerous they are. But yeah, I just wanted to see your opinion of where you think Man City are at. So yeah, for me, they are the biggest danger for us still as well. It's going to be a pivotal 2 games that we got coming up against them because they'll be looking at that and saying, okay, it's an 8-point lead, but if they were to beat us twice, that'll narrow it down to 2 straight away. So I heard Pep saying some comments that they're not that bothered about winning the Carabao Cup or Premier League. They've won it many times, but we know he's just saying that to
Of
deflect,
course.
just to deflect from the fact that they just lost for Manchester Derby, But yeah, I still see them as the biggest dangers. In terms of now, I asked you this just after the World Cup break, and we said we'll see how the next few games go, see how the January transfer window goes. So before I ask you, do you think we win the title? Do you still think it's crucial that we get some plays in January?
I mean, there's what, 1 week to go to the end of the month, to the end of the window. Is it January transfer window
Yeah,
ends on the 31st?
14 days now. 14, so two
Oh, we
weeks.
still got,
Still got 2 weeks.
okay, we've got 2 weeks. Yeah. It's that Mudryk saga shocked me. Honestly, I was like, when I saw it online, I was like, oh, for flip's sake. But you get over it. It's like, oh, I can't believe this guy was twerking for us. We keep saying, oh, what if Saka gets injured? What if Partey get injured? What if they don't get injured? As we've seen, the transfer window is so delicate. Not many big players are going to move in a January window. It's a difficult thing. I thought was going to go for that Brazilian who's gone to Nottingham Forest, Danilo, as a cover, but maybe he wasn't good enough or he wasn't at that level that Arteta, Edu, and the team expected. So, we've got many names coming up, but it's going to be difficult in the next 2 weeks. It seemed that Mudryk was the star signing, and for some reason, I think Arteta thinks that, God forbid, if Partey gets injured, then El Neni or Lokonga can fit in, which we've seen that might not possibly work. But in an ideal world, I think definitely a defensive midfielder as a cover for Partey and a forward player that can play across the three. Are we going to get them in the next 14 days? I'm not sure. I don't think. Let's wait and see. But they told us, oh, we're looking to get what's his name, Rice in the summer window, whatever. Now I said whatever. Whoever you want to let them put the shirt on. Welcome to the Arsenal. That's all I want to know. Anything else is just all noise, to be honest. So we need to as a depth in squad. But for the fact that they've been chasing Mudryk for so long and no other players, and obviously we've got money, or the club's got money, like 80 plus million to spend, and none of them was a defensive midfielder. That says a lot that maybe Arteta trusts that defensive midfield in regards El Neni and Lokonga. In an ideal world, a forward player that can play across the three and a defensive midfielder would be perfect. I doubt very much we're going to get it, but let's wait and see. I think this last week and a half or whatever with this Mudryk thing was just too much of a wahala, as they say in my country, or they say my country of origin.
Okay. Yeah, ideally we will get 2 players in, but worst case one. I think we will look to strengthen. Sorry, it might not be a signing, it might just be a loan move, but I think we know that there's a lot of games coming up. The Europa League's gonna be coming back up again soon. Got the FA
Yeah.
Cup, so it's gonna be a busy time. The whole Mudryk thing, just to quickly ask you about that, 100 million. I think that's just a ridiculous amount of money for a player that's not proven. But Chelsea seem to be happy to pay that. But I think we've done the right thing. That's just way too much money.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I said it on Instagram today that business football, this kind of football is political, and we don't have to go into it. It's very political in more ways than one. So, and it wasn't just that the fact that Chelsea offered more money or better add-ons and all that. It was a political thing because you know the rabbit hole's quite deep, but that's for another time, whatever. I was disappointed because he would have added to the side. But one thing I noticed about him in all the pictures he took at Stamford Bridge, on and off the pitch, he didn't seem happy. Definitely, he was focused on coming to Arsenal. That was his dream. It didn't happen because of political reasons. Now he's at Chelsea. One, he's not going to stay for 8 years. No way. I don't think Graham Potter, if they don't get in the Europe, is going to be there at the end of the season. He's not going to be there for 8 years. But he's a professional. He's a young professional, so he's not going to throw a tantrum. You know, it's a shame. He would have, and you could tell someone like that would be a great squad player. He'd be happy because he's not going to replace Martinelli and Saka. I'm disappointed. I would have loved to have got him, but as Tupac once said, that's just the way it is. So it is what it is. You know, money talks at that level. As I said, it's all political anyway, so it is what it is. But it'd be interesting now to see, particularly with Jesus coming back, maybe in the next 8 weeks, what kind of forward player he will buy. Because you need a player, a top quality player that's willing to know that I'm not a starter. That's the key. Mudryk, if he would have come, he knows that he's not replacing Saka or Martinelli, not in a million years. So even Eddie's on some kind of form. So it's not like he would have took off Eddie and put Martinelli up front and then Mudryk on the left. So we need that kind of player. And that's why I don't think Rice, if Rice comes to us in the summer, I'd be very surprised. Do you understand? Because that's what I think what distinguishes Arteta as a good man manager is the fact that he can now get players to understand this is a squad game. And that's what we've been missing over the last 2 years. So it's a shame, but it's happened now. It wasn't my money. I didn't get paid for it, so I'm not going to lose no sleep over it.
It's going to be interesting. But like you said, January transfer window is always hard. Worst comes to worst, if we don't get anyone in, we've proven so far this season that we're capable of getting the results, even with some injuries that we've had through the season. We managed to get by. Also, I saw something really cool today on Instagram that Gabriel Jesus posted him with a football.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That I missed you. So he's working his way back, hopefully not too far away from getting back. So, you know, attacking wise, I'm not too worried if we didn't get anyone in, even as a, like we said, a backup for Martinelli and Saka. We got Smith Rowe coming back as well now. He's recovering from his injuries. He's able to play him in position.
Reece Nelson's there as well.
Yeah, Reece Nelson. But one though that really does worry me is the centre defensive midfield. So hopefully we can get something done there in this transfer window. Like I say, worst case alone, but let's see. We'll see. Only a couple of weeks left for that. But as I was saying to you, the question I wanted to ask you, so I asked it to you back then after the World Cup break. We've seen the return of the World Cup. We've done really well. We only dropped them 2 points against Newcastle, and they were a disgrace. We know how they came and played, just time wasting, fouling. Just it was a ridiculous performance from them. They're meant to be the team.
But I don't think it was a disgrace. I think they had a plan to do that, and if they can nick a goal, they can nick a goal. I don't think it was a disgrace. I think Eddie Howe knew that if we play toe to toe with the Arsenal now, they're gonna lose. So he got there, got a point. So I don't think it was a disgrace. No, I think that's football. But we wasn't rattled by it. If it was last season or season ago with all the fouling, we would have been rattled like a proper cockney there, fouling. We would have been rattled. But I think for the fact that we're now bigger and stronger, we just took it on the chin.
You know, with me, I don't like that sort of football. I used to really like Jose Mourinho and his style of playing. But I know football's about different tactics, and you got to do what's going to work for you on that day for your team. And I understand from Newcastle point of view, they're thinking, all right, they come here, we're flying, we're top of the league, they try and play attacking wise, we'll probably rip them to shreds. But I just expect more from a team that's third in the Premier League at that point. They were third, you know, aspiring to get to the level of the bigger clubs. I thought for me, they played like a relegation team. You expect that from a team relegation, you know?
No, they showed us respect. I think they had a lot of respect for us. They know this is a different Arsenal than it was at last season. They're not taking that risk.
You saw some of the stats, like the ball was only in play for like 47 minutes. Every chance they got, they were taking ages over a goal kick or free kick, or like to argue the referee. like I say, these are tactics. Like I understand it's football; these tactics do happen, but I just don't. That's why I'm saying it's disgraceful. But that's just my opinion. My opinion.
Yeah,
I don't like to see that sort of football.
yeah.
Because like I can say we're out there top three in the Premier League. So yeah, but so what I'll say though is that so they're the only team that's managed to take points off us, and they got lucky as well because we should have had a penalty in that game. Really.
Yeah, of course, 100%, 100%,
So
100%.
they were very lucky as well. That decision went their way. So apart from that, that's the only game we dropped points in since the return from the World Cup break. We've beaten West Ham, beaten Brighton, beaten Tottenham now. So had a few games since, and we've seen what our rivals have been doing as well. So I'm going to ask you that question again now. Do you think we will win the league?
Tupac, again, let me quote Tupac, even a genius asks his questions. This week's going to be an important week, and I'm answering like a flipping politician, but I'll get to the point.
I need a
Because
yes
I've
or
got to break.
a yes or no.
I can't give. Arteta doesn't give you a yes or no, so I can't give you a yes or no. But no, one, Tottenham Man City is going to be a crucial game for us. If by any chance it's a draw or Tottenham get a result and we beat Man United, we beat Man United, you know. So I can't answer. Can we win it? Yes. We will win it. Yes. Are we going to win it? I don't know. I don't know. But let's just take every game as it comes. But we're in a great position now. Honestly, you know, I can't see us losing 4 games this season. That's the truth of the matter. I can't see us losing 4 games this season. 4 more games this season. I really can't. So with that, yeah, we can win it. Are we going to win it? I don't know.
Yes or no, bro? You're sitting on the fence. Yes or no?
I'm sitting on the fence because I don't want to. This is on YouTube, and so I'm saying, "Oh, see, you jinxed us," or "I thought you said we were going to win it." So I don't know.
Yeah.
Can we win it? Yes. We will win it. I don't know. Are we in a great position? We are. If we're 5 to 7 points, like I said on the last show, if we're 5 to 7 points clear by the end of this month, January, we're in a good position. The next milestone will be the end of March. If we're 5 to 7 points at the end of March, ask me the question again.
We'll do, bro. So yeah, if you're looking at your breakup like this now, it's 20 games to go, 60 points. Looking at that, we've got this leeway of 8 points. You know, you could say maybe 45 to 50 points. 50 definitely you would say, but 45 points could get the job done, you know. So it's hard to predict. I'm just like I say, I'm just that question is that question. I understand you not giving me a yes or no. I'll be asking you again shortly when we do the next video. So,
Yes.
like we said, for now, just take it game by game. On to Man United next. Let's hope we can get the win. Come on, boys.
Oh yes, come on, Gunners. So I'm saying 2-1. What do you reckon? What do you reckon the score will be?
Oh, I reckon we're gonna really give it to them. I reckon they're not ready for us but they've been in good form. Don't get me wrong. And like even against City though, I thought they were quite lucky. They were 1-0 down. Rashford's goal should have been offside. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on with VAR in this whole referee situation. Like, he's in the way of a ball there. He's there in front of the keeper's eye line. The defenders see him. He's in play. He's in play. He's not like, how can you say he's not interfering in play? He's on the pitch there, right there, you know. So I don't know. People are reading it differently. Some people saying, no, he's not interfering in play. What was your opinion on that one?
I think it was offside. I think it was offside. I think it was, but that's what makes football so, you know, iconic and controversial. That what shouldn't have been a decision was a decision. I think that makes it great. To be honest, I think it was offside, but you know that's football for you.
I
That's why
thought
we're still talking about it now.
Yeah, I thought as well as they've done since the World Cup break and coming back, the fixtures they played, they've not really been tested. Against City, for sure, they were tested and they were losing that one. Then they got that goal, which got them back into it. And yeah, they did well to then get the winner. But I think that we're going to have way too much from them. I'm sure we're just going to overrun them. The way we're starting games, the way we're just able to control the ball, I just it reminds me of back in the day when we were so dominant, when football was so slick. You know, you can see everyone's like the way we're interchanging. It reminds me of days when you see like Perez, Lundberg,
Yep,
Burkhardt,
yep.
the way they'll link up, and we've got that same kind of understanding in the team. And we're looking amazing. So I'm going for a 3-0 shutout, blowout win,
Woo!
easy win, comfortable, put them in their place, make that gap to them even bigger than it already is. So get them out of the way of the title race, and then yeah, on to the next one.
Good, good. Let's hope that one comes true, man.
So, well, yeah, thanks for your time, bro.
Thank you. Cheers, matey.
So that's
Take
all
care.
from us. Cheers, bro. Take care too. So that's all from us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.